Today we're going to unleash the full incredible power of the auto clicker, and we might actually discover the best game in human history while we're at it. For now, one click equals one cat, but if we make a post, we now get 1 per second without doing anything at all. So if we do a few more of those, we're now getting 3 per second. I don't need to click, I just want to click. This beautiful fellow's name is Maxwell, by the way. We're going to caress Maxwell, and we're going to get extra per click. And 1.5 every time we click. Not sure what he's doing in a Minecraft world, not sure I care. What is this? Oh, it's raining Maxwells. We've quickly saved up about $500, we'll call them. I just gonna refer to everything as dollars. So we're gonna buy a few of these, then we're making 9 per second in the background. And we're already up to 2 per click. If I use my auto clicker already, obviously the units go up very fast. But there's no need to get too carried away. We're also getting paw points per level. I'm not entirely sure what we do with those. Oh, let's get plus 25 coins per second using that. So we're up to 11.25 per second, but we can call the capybara. That's going to give us 25 per second, so up to 36.25 because we know of him sitting there, rocking back and forth with his soulless dead eyes. But since we're clicking a lot, we might as well spend as much money as we can on clicking ability. Now we're up to 7 per click. So between the two of them, we're already making a lot of Maxwells. And I think this meter is slowly filling up. When it gets to the end, obviously we win everything ever. We're going to get another capybara level. Now we're up to 61 per second in the background. And touching these, we're getting 560 per. So we're going to do that again. 86, we're almost up to 100 per second already. And since we saved up another 3300, let's increase our clicking power a few more times. 10.5 per click. We really need to get to the helmet where we're going to get 40 per click. That's going to be a huge increase. It costs 8,000 though, and capybaras only cost 1,800, so we could buy 4 of them for the price of 1 click upgrade. Maxwell's not complaining though, he's just here living the good life. But we have an auto clicker, we might as well use it a little bit while also picking up the flying Maxwells. It's probably worth it just to auto click at this point though. We got another pop point. We can get 25% more coins for collecting a golden Maxwell. I don't really want that. Let's just get plus 25 per click. So we're at 13.13 per click. And it's time to put on the helmet, plus 50 per click. And Maxwell literally put on an iron helmet. 63 per click. And I mean, we can touch that again, 113 per click. Now we're at $10,000. We're not looking back. Actually, since we got 18,000, let's buy a bunch of capybaras. And now we're up to 230 per second in the background plus 113 per click, so we're rich. We'll increase our clicking again, and then we're going to auto click our way to glory. The next upgrade costs 88,000, and I'm here for it. That's going to give us 2,000 per second, so we're now making 2,200 per second, so we don't need another click stupidly anymore, but we're still going to. And it's raining golden Maxwells. These are worth 20,000 each now, so that was a big increase. Let's do that one more time, so we're 4,200 per second. Well, rather we'll buy a few more of these, so 313 per click, 4,200 per second in the background. I have some pop points to spend. Let's do the per second, plus 27 coin per second, 5,200 every second in the background, because our clicker is going to be stupid as it is. It doesn't need any help. Like, we've already saved up $700,000 in like a few seconds. I didn't even realize we got this high. So we're just going to keep on going until something breaks. Okay, we've officially made ourselves a millionaire in Maxwells, which means we get to call the Greyhound for only 800,000. That gives us $36,000 per second. But then we're going to make a few more videos, so our clicking is now up to 313 per second, which it already was. Anyways, our per second is 46,000. Oh, making a video isn't a click upgrade. That's why I need to be calling the Greyhound and only calling the Greyhound. I hardly even saw him in the background back there. We're going to give him another upgrade that took us from $46,000 to $78,000 every single second. Luckily with an auto clicker, we don't have to wait for anything. We can just keep powering on through this. Golden Maxwells are worth 500,000 each now. Just a few seconds ago, we first became a millionaire. Now we're like a 10 millionaire. And I've got more paw points to spend, so I can do plus 1 paw point per level. That's a good investment in the future. We can also post in pick tick now, so we're going to get 250,000 per second. So it went from 77 to 327,000. So we make $1 million every 3 seconds, even if we're not clicking. But we're still going to be clicking non-stop. The golden Maxwells also give us $2 million each now. We're getting a lot of them because we're clicking faster than we're supposed to be clicking. It's just a torrent of cats. So before we get too carried away with that, we need more pick ticks. So let's click on that a few more times. 1 million per second, even 1.1 million per second. So I'm pretty confident we're going to make a lot today. Let's get an extra 25 per second. So that put us up, that gave us about an extra 300,000 per second. And I'll increase the golden Maxwell clicker. Okay, well, let's get a few more levels of pick tick. $2 million a second. I blinked. We have $220 million. Let's spend 160 million of that on a diamond sword. That's going to give us $500,000 per click or more. So 500,000 per click. And now we can click this fast. So there's 100 million. There's 200 million. There's 250 million. You get the idea. We're suddenly very rich. And I haven't even bought any more diamond swords yet. 1.5 million per click. Go. 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. So making about $1 billion every 10 seconds. All with him and his diamond sword and iron helmet. And then we're going to buy more levels of pick tick. So that's going to take us from about 2 million per second to, wow, 6.3 million per second, all in the background. Not nearly as much as my clicker, but it's still pretty good. Golden Maxwells are worth 55 million. Also, we're going to get +1 paw point per level now. And then we're going to get plus 25% coins per click, so 2 million per click. And then we're going to upgrade that diamond sword a few times, $4 million per click. So we're just going to let this number go wild. And we're officially a billionaire for the first time. And we're also now a 2 billionaire. Ooh, next we get the Fox. This costs 2.4 billion, but it's going to give us 70 million per second. So that gave us about 10 times our earnings. I'm not exaggerating, that did actually give us 10 times earnings. I've also got 3 paw points to spend, plus 25 per click, so we're at 4.7 million per click. Pretty sure we could do better, so let's call the Fox again. A few more diamond swords, then we can go 7.8 million per click. I've also unlocked the mine, which is another area to go. Okay, so we just buy some of these. So this just very slowly mines. So I can spend a lot of money upgrading this because we're pretty rich. Anyways, we'll worry about that later. It's really all about Maxwell here and the clicking. And we're just going to keep on leveling up and picking up golden Maxwells. There's 14, there's 15 billion. Each golden Maxwell is worth about $1 billion by itself, so let's call some more the Fox. Each one's $3 billion, so we're going to buy that many. And we now make $560 million per second in the background. So let's buy just one more of those. Why did that jump up so high? Oh, I called Floppa. I didn't even see. I thought that was whatever that thing is again. Whatever the case, we're now at a healthy $1.7 billion a second in the background, and our mine wants attention. Of course it does. I see. So these things cost paw points. So when we want more everything, we got to spend paw points to get them. So I'm just going to go up and down the list a little bit because I can't be bothered to worry about this right now. Oh, this is a paw point miner. I see how that works. Okay, so we'll upgrade some of the cheaper ones because they'll just bring me back paw points and I recycle them forward. So we'll let them go for a little while. But while we're here, let's buy 2 more of those. That puts us up to 3.7 billion per second. My clicking isn't really going to do anything, so we need to upgrade my clicker. We're up to $970 billion, which means we're going to break the $1 trillion mark right there. So if we pour the feed, this costs 600 billion. Could have done this one a while ago. We're now making 1.25 billion per click. So that means making $1 trillion is going to take a few seconds at this point. And especially if we click on this again, we've just doubled our income again, 2.5 billion per click. We've already had enough to get another upgrade. This is why an auto clicker is so great. I also have a lot of paw points to spend, so we're going to get the upgrade more paw points per level and coins per click. Clicking is now worth 6.25 billion, and we're clicking like 1 trillion times a second. Our mine has already produced 14 paw points, so let's upgrade a few things. We'll just work our way down. I'll try and bring everything up to level 15, pretty close, and there we go. Everything's 15, they can mine away. I'm bringing this whole zoo of fun down into the mines to work for me. Okay, we're gonna buy some more cat feed, pour the feed, that way we can get more per click. 14 billion per click. The next run costs 8 trillion. Oh, well, wouldn't you know it, there's 8 trillion. So that's gonna add 15 billion per second, so that gave me 5 times the earnings we just had. Sort of, in the background. What we need to do is upgrade our per second here twice, so now we're up to 30 billion per second without clicking and 14 billion for every click we do. Look at him, he's got his immortality token. So we'll just hit the auto clicker and sit back and relax for a little bit. And well, there's another $23 trillion. It's not coming as quickly as you'd think, so we're gonna have to upgrade a few more things still. Those upgrades did put me up to 80 billion per second in the background though, so that's definitely pretty reasonable. The mine's got 24 paw points, and I mean I can bring these paw points here to give me like an extra 25% per second and per click and per second again and per click again. Wow, I had a lot of points. So now we're at 154 billion per second just by itself and 25 billion per click. So really I could just let these mines sort of work for itself and eventually we just have like unlimited oodles of money. Let's buy another immortality totem for 12 trillion. I mean the next upgrade is only 200 trillion. That's not going to take a long time to get. Progress is getting slower though. It's about $1 trillion per second right now. So what we can do is increase our coins per click twice and also touch this one a whole bunch of times. Now we're clicking 72 billion per click. That's going to boost our progress. Now we're making like 5 trillion a second. For every problem in life, an auto clicker plus time will fix it. And before you know it, we've got 220 trillion. So that's going to add 1.43 trillion per second. So we're going from 200 billion to 1.63 trillion. So we got 8 times the income. We're also going to collect some paw points from our idiots, and then maybe give coins per second a boost and also clicks. So we're really at 2.5 trillion per second in the background now. So we're now like at 15 trillion per second, 12 trillion per second, somewhere in that ballpark. So it's pretty good income. We've quickly saved up $450 trillion. So let's increase the merch Maxwell again. And then again, I didn't even do any auto clicking there. It saved up itself there. So we're getting 7 trillion per second. Then our mine is giving us another 21 of those. So let's bring everything up to level 20 because we still have paw points to spend. And that only costs another 304 trillion. So that gave us a 40% increase to 14 trillion every second. And we're a quadrillionaire for the first time, which is great because I just realized the diamond helmet costs 4 quadrillion. So we're going to upgrade Merch Maxwell a little bit, 25 trillion every second. The mines have produced another 21 points. These things are getting more and more expensive, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going to start upgrading things here to level 25, which shouldn't take super long. And then while I was in there screwing around with the mine and making these idiots work, I saved up $2 quadrillion. It's just that easy. I don't know if my auto clicker is really making much difference income-wise right now. I guess if I wanted to find out, I could just buy this. It's $12 trillion, level 22. So we're at 200 billion per click, and we're at 2 times that now. But we're definitely making trillions of dollars every second, so it's definitely helping. Okay, we're going to pull another 23 points out of the mine because we want our coins per second upgraded twice. And we're going to do the Maxwell merch a few more times, 69 trillion per second. So now it really only takes like 10 seconds to save up $1 quadrillion. We only need 4 of those for the next upgrade. And there's the 4 quadrillion we need for the diamond helmet. You watch it change. That's much better. He looks so much cooler now. And we're up to 300 trillion per second, so we make $1 quadrillion every 3 seconds and change. And that's without me clicking at all. So that means we're going to be able to buy a lot more diamond helmets. Even buying this first one, which you already can, almost doubles my income. And it was already ridiculous. And then back in the mine, we got 31 of these to collect, and look how fast they go up now. So I reinvested those points to put them all back to level 30, because look at them go. We got 40 paw points to spend. Okay, coins per second. Wonder if we can make this number so big the game breaks. Kind of feel like that's possible. And while it was in the mines, we saved up $29 quadrillion. This is so ridiculous. Now we're getting 2.2 quadrillion per second. So it's going to take basically 5 seconds to afford the next upgrade for itself. There's not really any point in clicking right now because my income is just too high. The clicking won't make a difference anymore. But we're going to give him lots of diamond helmets to keep him safe. $4.4 quadrillion every second. It still only takes like 5-6 seconds for the upgrade. Okay, and the mine's already given us another 27 of those, so we're going to do our coins per second again, which put us up to 6.35 quadrillion, plus the helmet. Plus the helmet, 7.2 quadrillion per second. But this is where things can start to get better. Chocolate production. That's going to give us 2.3 quadrillion per click. And we can click this quick. So there's 300 quadrillion, 400, 500, 600 quadrillion coming up on a quintillion right now. Simply known as AA in the game. But then we already made 2 quintillion dollars. So we can now open a coffee shop, which obviously is infinite money. So per second goes from 7.2 quadrillion to 220. So we just got 30 times more income. So there's 5 quintillion dollars. I don't know what to upgrade first. Maybe the clicking, because the clicking's going so quick. Yeah, we'll just keep touching this thing until something happens. 44 quadrillion dollars per click, and now we're going about $1 quintillion every half a second. So then we might as well do this one to get our background money per second. So 2.4 quintillion dollars every second without clicking at all. Our mine has produced us 40 of those, so we'll get everything up to level 35 probably. Yeah, that feels like it's going to produce us some good stuff. Let's go 37. You know what? Let's just do 40. The more this upgrades, the more it's going to work for us anyway. We've got time. Alright, we're going to not put any more points into that because that's stupid, but for now our clicking is still at 44 quadrillion. So let's upgrade our coffee shop a whole bunch of times. 4.4 quintillion dollars every second, and we'll fix our clicking too while we're at it. So there's 80 quintillion per click. 80 quadrillion rather per click, but when you click this quickly, it's probably about the same thing. And we're coming up on infinite Maxwell at this point, which is a 1 times multiplier. Progress will be reset in exchange for increasing the multiplier. I see. Increasing the multiplier. Well, what kind of multiplier modifier do we get? Just a 1 times? That's basically how we prestige. I'm not really sure what the point of prestiging is because we already hit the end of the game, I think. While we think about that, I'm gonna buy another 6 levels of my coffee shop, which is gonna give us $12.15 quintillion a second. And I've been clicking so long, we just made our first sextillion, AB. So instead of prestiging at least yet, we're just gonna let this run with the auto clicker for like 12 hours and then we'll see what we can do from there. Okay, so it's been a lot longer than 12 hours and we have 565.92 AE. I don't really know what number that is anymore, but per click went up to 254 AB, which is a very big number. Also, I think we already broke paw points. We have 5,600. Oh, and also about 30,000 in the mine, so that explains why the game is not loving it. So let's upgrade them all to level 65. Now we're making about 1 every second. And since we're all about the clicking these days, we're going to go from 254 AB to a much bigger, wow, that number got enormous. 3.92 AJ. So in total, we made 565 AEs. We're going to go straight to F, G, H, I, and J. So the money just went up by an alarming amount. And we have enough power points left over. We might as well upgrade the coins per second also. But since the number isn't big enough yet, I'm just going to let it run like this for another 12 hours. Many more hours later, we suddenly have 7.17 ALs, which is 2 past AJ. Also, in that time, our mine has mined another 28,000. It's actually been such a long time that I'm forgetting what we were even mining, but that means we can upgrade our clicking power again. So going from 4 AJs all the way up to 2.06 AMs. So we went through KLM. And again, I have no idea what this number is, but it's enormous. It's one with like 35 zeros after it. So it's probably safe to say we've accomplished what we set out to do here today.